Hi, I'm Sasha. Welcome to my office. Last week in my blog, I talked about space. The title of the post was The Grace of Space. And I was talking about mental, emotional space and how important that is when you're processing something difficult or a big transition in your life. This week, I want to talk about physical space and what an impact that can have on our ability to focus, boundaries in our life, all that good stuff. So I work from home most of the time, and my desk is in my living room of my apartment. I love my apartment. I love being here. However, it felt like there wasn't enough of a boundary between my workspace and my living space. And on a Zoom call recently with a fellow coach, I saw that she had this awesome divider in the background. And I knew right away that's what I needed. So I ordered it, and here it is. And this really simple tool has created an office space. It literally feels like when I step into this space, I'm stepping into my office. It also has a nicer background for video calls. I like that I can see my painting back there, which brings some brightness and some color into the image. But there's something really powerful about having this space actually physically separated from my living space. One of those things is obviously more privacy. So when I'm working, I'm in my zone. My partner also works from home. He's in his office, and sometimes he comes out here into the kitchen or to do whatever he needs to do. And I know that I'm in my space and I'm not going to be disturbed. And also, nobody's going to see him moving around in the background. I like that I can have an open background, meaning I don't have to blur out my background on Zoom or put in a virtual background. To me, that just feels more inviting, like I'm inviting you into my space, which is something that is important to me. It also helps me have better focus because I'm not seeing my couch, I'm not seeing my dog, I'm not seeing my kitchen, I'm not seeing these things that might distract me and pull me away from work. When I step into here, I just feel like I'm able to focus better and work more consistently, which is very helpful. And of course, there's just a clearer boundary between my work and my life, and that matters a lot when I'm done with work. So I just fold this in enough so that my desk is hidden, but I still have full exposure to this big window that's over here. And that way I'm not looking at my computer, I'm not looking at my desk when I'm not working. And that feels better. I didn't really even realize how much better that would feel until I did it. I didn't have a problem not working when I was done with my workday, but not seeing it, not seeing my actual workspace actually feels a lot better for me mentally and emotionally. Another way this has worked for me is by joining a co-working space, which I go to once or twice a week. And just having another space that I can go to that's completely different from home is also a really important way for me to draw a boundary between my workspace and my personal space. There's lots of benefits to going to a co-working space for me. I like meeting new people, having moments to just chat and get to know what other people are up to. And again, in terms of the focus factor, when I'm in that co-working space, I am just in my zone working away. I find it really helpful to be surrounded by people who are also working because we're all kind of in that same vibe and same energy. And it really just breaks up the week and tends to make things move at a pace that I like. So that's another way that you can mix up your work situation if you work from home, is just find somewhere else that you can work, even if it's just once a week. It can have a really big impact on your mental well-being, how you feel about your workday, how you feel about your week. This idea about space and having a designated space for whatever task you're going to do is not just about work. I've also noticed with exercise, since I've started going to the gym in my building, that I'm enjoying exercise more. And I already felt like I enjoyed working out. And I often do YouTube videos. There's also a yoga app that I subscribe to, and I'm happy to do that just here in my living room. And then I started going to the gym first thing in the morning, and that also feels different. There's a different energy about it. Again, there's other people in there that are also working out, so there's more of that fitness energy. And again, it breaks up my day. There's that boundary piece that is just important. It feels different. And I think that in this world where working from home definitely is the norm, depending on the kind of work you do, of course, I think it's more and more important that we find opportunities to break up our space and to break up our day and to make sure that we're putting ourselves into the right physical space for different activities as often as possible. So even if you don't want to leave your home or you can't, to go to a co-working space or something like that, something as simple as putting up a divider so that you can delineate your workspace from your home space can make a huge difference. If you're using your kitchen table as your desk, you can still put something like this in the background, which will help keep your home space private from the rest of the world when they're zooming in. So that's just something for you to consider. If you're finding that your joy for working at home is depleting, or maybe your just energy feels a little bit depleted, your ability to focus is being challenged, think about how you can maybe mix up your space, create a better boundary, and think about ways that you can make it feel a little bit more like you're in a work zone versus in your home zone. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions, ideas, what your experiences have been with working from home, with the space that you're in, and with creating boundaries around that space.